Hello and welcome to the Indicator Warehouse. In today's video for DTS 101, I'm going to be covering part 3 real quick, and we're going to talk a little bit about money management. I tell you, one of the biggest questions that I get via emails and talking to other traders as well is people are always asking, gee, Ray, how many contracts should I trade with an account size of, whatever, let's say $10,000 or $20,000. The other question that I get is where should I set my stops? What should my stop be? Well, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know what's going to be best for you. All too often with day trading systems here at Indicator Warehouse, what we have found is that there is very little, if any, kind of effort put into money management. And the question is, what exactly is money management? Well, in a nutshell, rather than worrying about how big your stop is or whether you're either over trading or under trading, what we've done is we've created this tool over here to your right, which is our Trade Manager. The Trade Manager actually takes all the guesswork out of money management and it makes it pretty easy. So let me go ahead and let me show you a couple of quick examples of what I'm talking about here. All right. Well, one of the first things that I want to point out here is, like I mentioned earlier, very typically, a lot of systems out there will suggest you trade with X number of contracts right out of the gate, regardless of your account size. And a lot of them, unfortunately, will assign a stop size to it as well, rather than let a money management tool such as Trade Manager do the work for them. So let's just take this example real quick here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to risk 2% of my account right here. And of course, here's my entry here at 106.47. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set my prices here as if I were going to take this trade. There's my entry at 106.47. Let's say I'm using a 10-tick stop. Very typical recommendation as far as entries and exits go. And then I've already picked my targets of 10 and 20 ticks. I like a preset target. Now let's go ahead and scroll to the right. Oh, look at that. By using a 10-tick stop right here, risking 2% of the account with this entry, I got taken out on this trade to the tune of $900. Well, that isn't necessarily a bad thing because I was only risking 2% of my account. But let's go ahead and then let's take a look and see what would have happened had we have let this trade breathe a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go back to the original entry that I showed you guys right here. Now, rather than assign a stop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my ATRs. And by the way, with the Trade Manager, there are over 9 different stop types and they're all adjustable. Once again, my risk percentage is going to remain at 2% like we have right here. And I'm going to go ahead and once again set my prices. I'm going to move my stop up here where my ATR is. Now you're going to notice here I've got a little bit taller stop, but Trade Manager automatically adjusts for me and tells me that I can afford to trade 3 contracts. So I don't need to guess how many contracts to put on. Well, let's go ahead and let's scroll to our right here. Again, here we've got our entry. And like I said, with a 10-tick stop, we would have been knocked out right here. How many times has this happened to you? You fill, you get killed, and then the trade starts to go your way. So I've already got profit target number 1 off here. There I get profit target number 2. And at this point, contract number 3 is going to be 2 ticks positive. So at this point, I don't have anything to worry about. The other thing that makes money management so much easier with Trade Manager is these blue dots that you see, these are automated trailing stops. And like I said, we'll do another video on this, but there are over 9 different stop types for the Trade Manager. And again, they're all adjustable. So in this case, at this point, it's already pulled my flag down to this point, and I'm in the green by a couple of ticks. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you found it to be helpful and informative. And more important, I hope you saw how the trade manager takes all the guesswork out of money management, not just with stop placement, but actually how many contracts you can trade in relation to your risk tolerances, not ours, your risk tolerances and your account size. Well, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. You can email me at ray@indicatorwarehouse.com. Thanks and have a great day.